All right, so let's do this. Area of a triangle and parallelogram using trig. This is the all-time easiest thing on your whole test. You get one of these formulas. Basically, what it comes down to is that you no longer need that. You no longer need to do 1/2 base times height, which was the old school way of finding the area of a triangle. You can use trig, and this is a technique to help save you a lot of time on your SATs. This formula over here is given on your reference sheet. This formula you have to remember. What's the difference between the two? One of them is twice the other. That's because there are two congruent triangles in a parallelogram. The formula is set up so that, like, you see how I wrote AB sine C? You don't have to know sides A and B. This is just the generic version of the formula. All you need to know is two sides and the angle in between, and that's really what the formula is doing. So there you go. Easy. Piece of cake. We're going to use this in word problems. All right, let's go. All right, so today's real short because I want to get you guys your review sheet. Let's do problem number 1. Yeah, problem number 1 isn't up on there, up on the screen. We handed out a sheet today. So triangle ABC, first thing you're going to try and do is draw a picture of it. And in the given information, it gives you that two sides, one is 10 and one is 8. And now we'll label them up. A to B was 10, and A to C was 8. And angle A is 45 degrees. So, you know, like, what is the area of triangle ABC to the nearest tenth of a square unit? Well, this is cake. Area is simply 1/2 the two sides and the angle in between. You literally just need to punch that into your calculator. Oops, come on, calculator. So now we're going to do this. We're going to do 0.5 times 8 times 10 sine of 45 degrees. What's up? Doesn't make a difference. That's what I was trying to say about that formula originally. So Angela said we don't know what side A is. The formula, this is the generic version of the formula. And what it really just says is all you need are two sides, like we've been given here, and the angle in between. You good? Okay. And so, whoops, let's go back to our thing. And so it's going to be to the nearest what? So what is it? Okay, is this easy or what? So this is 28.3 units. We should have this part. Units squared. Problem number 4. Number 4. Let's draw a picture of number 4. Number 4. Guys, what problem number are we on? Number 4. Guys, number 4 says it's a rhombus. A rhombus. Tell me some special things about a rhombus. Parallelogram. Opposite sides are what? All sides are equal in a rhombus. Did you know what rhombuses are? Rhombuses are drunken squares. Did you ever know that? Yeah, they're tipsy. See? Look at it. They're all tipped over. Get it? Yeah, there you go. How corny was that? That was real corny. Okay, all right. Anyways, whatever. Okay, so here we go. So all sides then are 15 because it says this in the directions. Yep. You know all the sides are 15, and then it tells you one of the angles is 130. And you say to yourself, self, do I have enough information to find the area of this rhombus? Hell yeah. Let's do it up. So we're going to do, instead of it being a half, it's just going to be AB sine C. So it's going to be 15. Whoops. It's a horrible looking 15. 15 times 15 sine 130. And if you punch that into your calculator, I think you're going to find that what? It's going to be 172 units squared. Units squared. Square units, like little tiles in the shape of a square. 172 of them would fit in there. The last of them. Yep, our test is on Wednesday. It's on miércoles. Practicing my Spanish. That sounds like a good plan. Okay. So I chose this particular problem because in your Regents exam, if they want to be mean by asking you a complicated question, it's normally in the form of something that you might see it in real life. So here we go. Some farmer's got some triangular piece of land that he's growing a particular crop on. That's not too far-fetched. What, maybe he divided up his land into particular quadrants. Smart guy. And it said that the angle between the two sides is 80 degrees. Also very useful, right? Also very useful. And then it says, okay, the guy wants to throw some insecticide on his land so that the bugs stay away. But here's what's curious. You got to read real carefully. The farmer wishes to use an insecticide that costs $4.50 per 100 square yards, or any part of 100 square yards. What is it going to cost to use this insecticide on this field? In other words, he's got to buy his insecticide in 100 square yard increments. You know what I mean? It's like those questions that ask you like how much fertilizer you're going to put down. You can't go to the store and buy half a bag of fertilizer, can you, Skolnick? You got to buy the whole bag, right? It's messed up. Okay. You could buy a smaller bag. Yep, in this problem they don't have smaller bags, but it is a good suggestion. Let's see, so we got 1/2. This is piece of cake. 450, 320, sine 80, sine 80 degrees. 80 degrees, and how much land does this guy have? Does anybody know? He's loaded, right? Let's see, I want to see how loaded he is. Let's see. 0.5, 450, 320, sine 80. Wow, that's a lot of land. That's true, right? That's a lot of land. What is? No, you're okay. Nope, Teddy, I agree with you. You know what? That's probably what he's saying. He's like, look, I got all this land. That's real annoying. They're only going to sell it to me by the 100 square yard. Yeah. Let's find out how many 100-yard, like literally 100-yard tiles fill up his land. So we're going to do 70,906.15822 divided by 100. And then I know a cheap trick. How did I do this without my calculator? Oh, good. You know the trick too. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying. Guess how much he's got to buy? Guess how much he's got to buy though? What? No. Nope. What this is saying is, believe it or not, there are 709 and a little change 100 square yard tiles that will fill his land. But it's this change that's really going to screw him over, right? Guess how many things he's got to buy? 709, or he's got to buy 710 because he's got a little bit left over. And he can't do anything shady like dilute the solution with water, which is what I would do. But I guess that doesn't work. What? What's wrong with that? That's a practical solution to this problem. But no, you can't do it. But to be honest with you, if somebody wrote that on the Regents exam, I would mark them wrong, but I would be thoroughly impressed. Need 710 because we can't purchase, whoops, we can't purchase less than 100 square yard increments. I think I spelled increments wrong. Isn't that true? Who's a good speller? I think so too. I was looking at that. And I'm a horrible speller. But I'm getting better. Increments. Sure, okay. So basically he's got 710 little parcels of pesticide that he's got to buy. What's 710 times 450 a square thingy? How much money has he got to throw down on this? Good Lord, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. He's gonna spend a little over 3 G's on pesticide. Hope it pays off. Good luck, buddy. Good luck.